my desert island, all time, top 5 most memorable breakups in chronological order are as follows. Allison Ashworth, Penny Hardwick, Jackie Allen, Charlie Nicholson, and Sarah Kendrew. Those are the ones that really hurt. Do you see your name on that list, Laura? Maybe you'd sneak your way into the top 10, but there's no room for you in the top 5. Those places are reserved for the kinds of humiliations and heartaches that you're just not capable of delivering. It probably sounds crueler than it's meant to, but the fact is, we're too old to make each other miserable. Unhappiness used to mean something. Now it's just a drag, like a cold or having no money.
If you really wanted to mess me up, you'd have gotten to me sooner. Which brings us to number 1, Allison Ashworth. My relationship with Allison Ashworth lasted 6 hours. 2 hours after school and before the Rockford Files, 3 days in a row. It'd be nice to think that since I was 14, times have changed. Relationships have become more sophisticated, females less cruel, skins thicker. There still seems to be an element of that afternoon in everything that's happened to me since. All my other romantic stories seem to be scrambled versions of that first one. Number 2, Penny Hardwick. Penny was great looking. And her top 5 recording artists were Carly Simon, Carole King, James Taylor, Cat Stevens, and Elton John. Everybody liked her. She was nice. Nice manners, nice grades, nice looking. She was so nice, in fact, she wouldn't let me put my hand underneath or even on top of her bra. Penny was nice, but I wasn't interested in nice, just breasts. And therefore, she was no good to me, so I was finished with her. She cried, and I hated her for that because she made me feel bad. Started dating this girl everybody said would put out, and she went with this asshole Chris Thompson who told me that he had sex with her after something like 3 dates. How could Penny go from a girl who wouldn't do anything to a girl who would do everything? Number 3 on the top 5 breakups, Charlie Nicholson, sophomore year of college. You know, some people never got over NAMM, or the night their band opened for Nirvana. I guess I never really got over Charlie. She looked different, dramatic, exotic. And she talked a lot about remarkably interesting things, like music, film, books, politics. So we didn't have those terrible, strained sentences that seemed to characterize most of my relationships. And she liked me. She liked me. She liked me. We went out for 2 years, and every single minute I felt as though I was standing on a dangerously narrow ledge. I couldn't ever get comfortable, couldn't ever stretch out and relax. Why would a woman like Charlie go out with someone who only a few years ago sewed a fog hat patch on his jacket? I felt like all those people who suddenly shaved their heads and said they'd always been punks. I felt like a fraud. And I was depressed over the lack of flamboyance in my wardrobe, I worried about my abilities as a lover. I was intimidated by the other men in her design department and became convinced she was going to leave me for one of them. She left me for one of them. The dreaded Marco. And I lost it. I lost it all. Dignity, faith, 15 pounds. I came to 3 months later, and to my surprise, I'd flunked out of school and started working at a record store. Me and Sarah, number 4 on the all-time top 5 breakup list, matched. She wore more or less the same clothes as mine, had an acceptable working knowledge of music, and had just been dumped by some asshole named Michael. He was her moment, Charlie was mine. Sarah had sworn off men. I'd sworn off women. It made sense to pool our loathing of the opposite sex, swear them off together, and get to share a bed with someone at the same time. When she told me she met someone else, it made no sense. I mean, her meeting someone else was entirely contrary to our arrangement. All we really had in common was that we were dumped by people, and we were against dumping. We were so violently anti-dump. So how come I got dumped?
Number 5. Jackie Allen. My breakup with Jackie Allen had no effect on my life whatsoever. I just slotted her in there to bump you out of position, Laura. Yes, you do indeed make the top 5. Welcome. And remember, the list is in chronological order, not the order of pain and suffering.